Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the House of European Football here in Lyon for the draw ceremony of the playoffs of the 2017-2018 UEFA Champions League. As our president, Alexander Ceferin, cannot be with us, he would like to pass on to you his regards and his wishes of luck for this upcoming round. Time passes very quickly and we are already through 3 exciting qualifying rounds in this season's competition. The third qualifying round actually produced really terrific entertainment for the fans. We saw 74 goals scored in total over the 2 legs. In addition, we had suspense everywhere and many interesting or surprising results. To remember just a few, the thrilling last gasp success of Young Boys against Dynamo Kiev, or Nice eliminating last season's UEFA Europa League finalist Ajax on away goals, and Istanbul Başakşehir, their very first UEFA Champions League experience, getting past the very experienced club of Bruges. It all means that we are now at the moment where the group stage is tantalizing. All of the clubs are well aware that if they can successfully negotiate their upcoming playoff tie, they will go into the draw for the group stage, which will follow in Monaco at the end of this month. The value at stake in the playoffs is huge as they open the door of the prestigious group phase where all historic names of European football are on standby to produce the best club football show in the world. So it remains for me to wish you the best of luck in your playoff matches and to thank you for your outstanding contribution in making the UEFA Champions League the success story that it is undoubtedly. Last season's final and its dramatic climax has stayed in everyone's memory. So, before we move on to the technical procedure for today's draw, let's remind ourselves of what happened on a memorable evening in Cardiff just 2 months ago. beauty of Champions League finals is unparalleled. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's now get back to the matter which has brought us here, the draw for the 2017-18 UEFA Champions League playoffs. To explain the technicalities of this draw and to help me to conduct it, please welcome on stage the head of club competitions, Michael Heseschwert.
Thank you, Germany. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start with some technical information on the draw procedure. All relevant information concerning the draw, such as dates of matches and seeding of the clubs, has been made available, and you can refer to these documents. In accordance with our regulations, the UEFA administration will determine which matches will be played on Tuesday and which matches on Wednesday. The draw result and the full fixture list will be available after the draw ceremony. As you know, the competition is split into two parts, the Champions route and the League route. We start the draw today with the Champions route. So how does it work? 10 clubs are involved in this draw, and they are divided into 5 seeded and 5 unseeded teams. There'll be 3 pots, as you can see, on the desk in front of us. One contains the seeded teams, another one containing the unseeded teams, and we've got the empty ball in the middle. One ball will be taken from the unseeded teams and one from the seeded teams. Then they will be shuffled, and the first team drawn will be played its first match at home against the second team drawn. So this procedure is then repeated until all the pairings have been drawn. I think that's enough said. We can now proceed with the draw. Giorgio, back to you.
Thank you. Oh, that's very easy. And we are ready to start, as we said, with the Champions route, where we have the following 10 teams. So the seeded teams are Olympiacos FC, Celtic FC, FC Copenhagen, Hapoel FC and NK Maribor. And the unseeded teams will be Karabag FK, FC Astana, HNK Rijeka, Hapoel Beersheva FC and SK Slavia Praha. So let's start.
Ready?
One seeded, one unseeded. And we are ready to see the first pairing of the Champions route of these playoffs. So the first team drawn is Karabag FK from Azerbaijan. Karabag trying now UEFA Champions League after participation in the UEFA Europa League.
And they'll play against FC Copenhagen from Denmark.
And FC Copenhagen, definitely not the first experience of UEFA Champions League, having tried many times the group stage and even the round of 16. Second tie after Karabag versus Copenhagen. This time it is Hapoel FC.
And Hapoel FC will play against SK Slavia Praha.
Slavia Praha trying again adventure in the Champions League after group stage in 2007. They will have to face the challenge by Hapoel FC. In Cyprus, the first match. And now Olympiacos FC, Greek champions.
So we'll travel to Athens. It's HNK Rijeka from Croatia.
Rijeka at their first participation in the Champions League playoffs, facing Olympiacos. Let's see what comes next. Celtic FC, former winner of the UEFA Champions Cup in '67.
And they will play against FC Astana from Kazakhstan.
It will be a long travel between Glasgow and Astana. But the Champions League is a long travel.
Yes, yes, it is indeed.
If you want to succeed, you need to travel far east, west, north and south.
North, south, exactly.
And now, Hapoel Be'er Sheva FC.
And not a surprise, they'll play against NK Maribor.
NK Maribor concludes the Champions route. So we have these 5 pairings: Karabakh versus Copenhagen, Hapoel Slavia Praha, Olympiacos versus Rijeka, Celtic, Astana, and Hapoel Be'er Sheva Maribor. So we are ready for the league route. Michael, is there anything to be said on the technical procedure?
Not a lot of new information. Technical procedure will be exactly the same as for the Champions route. We've got 10 teams which are split into 5 seeded and 5 unseeded teams, and we're ready. We can now proceed.
Yes, so which seeded teams and which unseeded teams? So the seeded teams of the league route are Sevilla FC, SSC Napoli, Liverpool FC, PFC CSKA Moscow, and Sporting Clube de Portugal. The unseeded clubs are Football Club FC SB from Romania, BSC Young Boys, OGC Nice, TSG Hoffenheim, Istanbul Başakşehir. So these are the 10 teams, and we start again.
Ready.
For the first pairing of the league route.
Yes, ready to go.
First team drawn. Playing at home. It's Istanbul Başakşehir. And for their debut, first time in the Champions League playoffs, they will have to face
Sevilla FC.
Sevilla FC, so it's a big clash. Sevilla FC last year, they had the Champions League as a gift by winning the Europa League, and this year they have to earn it in a difficult playoff round. The second tie we have BSC Young Boys Bern.
And PFC ZSK Moscow will travel to the Swiss capital.
Yes, so PFC CSKA Moscow playing Young Boys in Switzerland first. Napoli, SSC Napoli.
Napoli. And OGC Nice.
So Napoli facing OGC Nice. For Nice, it's a new try to come back to the Champions Cup after a long period. So they participated in 57 and 60. And they will have to overcome Napoli if they want to succeed this time to play this fantastic competition.
Yeah.
And Mario Balotelli back to Italy.
Yeah, true.
Hoffenheim.
So, Liverpool FC.
Liverpool FC playing Hoffenheim, and now we have only one left. Which contains Sporting Clube de Portugal.
And to complete the last pairing football club FCSB from Romania.
So that's all also for the league route. So the following are the pairings: Istanbul, Başakşehir, Sevilla, BSC Young Boys, CSKA Moscow, Napoli, Nice, Hoffenheim, Liverpool, and Sporting Clube de Portugal versus Football Club FCSB. So this completes the draw for the playoff matches that will be played on the 15th, 16th and the 22nd, 23rd August 2017. The 10 winners of the playoffs will join the 22 clubs directly qualified for the group stage of the 2017-18 UEFA Champions League. So the group stage draw will take place on Thursday, 24th August 2017 in the Grimaldi Forum in Monaco. For the present, let me remind you that the full fixture list for today's draw will be communicated at 1 p.m. at the latest. Please also take note that your club should be available for media activities for approximately 15 minutes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The draw ceremony is over. We all now look forward to some exciting playoff matches.
Thank you.